everyone, happy new year and welcome to my channel. My name is Afton and I'm Monty's tarot child, and today I have 4 piles for you to take a look at the energy of your January for this year. I am bringing this video out a little bit late, so I'm not going to chat too much. I just wanted to say happy new year. Welcome to everyone who is new to my channel, and welcome back if you are not. I would love for you to take a moment to just pause and meditate on which one of these 4 piles holds the most accurate message for you, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose this beautiful crystal. I'm going to let you take a moment to look at it, get acquainted to it, and put it right off to the side here. And I'm going to start off with your tarot. I was going to wear this. I think I'm going to place it to the side now. And I feel like you may be making those kind of decisions as well in January, just because I started the video off with very sure confidence that I was going to wear that bracelet, pile number 1, and realized that it would be more of a distraction to me, to you, and to everyone else involved. So if there are distractions in your life, those may be taking a back burner to what it is that you know will not be taking your focus away from something. I feel as if you may not make quick decisions, but impromptu decisions, spur of the moment. You've been thinking about it, but maybe now you're thinking, I'm gonna change my mind around this situation in the month of January. But that was just a spur of the moment message for someone. Okay, you have the 7 of Swords coming out for your first energy for January this year. The 7 of Swords is telling me that you are dealing with a mental matter this month. It's not necessarily just around your mental health, but your mind is feeling a bit overstimulated in the month of January, or for this month. The 7 of Swords is also like you kind of trying to convince yourself that that something is good for you. It feels like the 7 of Swords is always like, I'm trying to persuade my mind to agree with this. I'm trying to get away with something that I know maybe it's not the healthiest for me mentally. It could be spiritually or physically, but I'm gonna look deeper. Okay, we also have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so this could be in regards to a material matter or to your physical, being just in general. There is some sort of mastery that you are working on in January, and it's something that you would like to give dedication to, time to. You would like to be able to sit down and work on something for an allotted amount of time, and then be able to walk away from this creation that you are trying to experience or be a part of. Walk away and feel satisfied with the work that you've been able to put in. I feel like quite possibly even in the past, this 7 of Swords has been more of an energy for you. Like in the way that you would participate in something, you would create something, you would want to, or be in the pursuit of mastering something, in the physical realm, in the material realm. You have done that in the past and maybe not given as much effort or attention to the thing that you wanted to create. And so now you're trying to develop new habits. It feels like you're trying to develop a system, an order of things in order to continue to further this mastery. You also have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, I forgot I haven't been showing you the cards, but you have the 6 of Pentacles, which it's really interesting that you are so heavily focused on the physical matters. When we started off with like a lot of mental clarity that is needed. So you're in the pursuit of something physical, but there is more clarity that is to be developed in January within your mind state in order to be able to create and share with others. The Six of Pentacles talks about being, how do I want to word this? Being humanitarian, being, you know, the person giving to others, being like, excuse me, choking on something. Being like a, not necessarily a caregiver, but just the one on the ground, doing the groundwork, giving back to others, giving back to one's community. The Five of Swords wanted to pop out, but I'm going to keep shuffling. And I feel like the Seven of Swords is what is standing in the way of being able to give back in the way that you want to. I feel as if it could be in regards to something that you're trying to create or trying to convince yourself like, yes, I really would like to. Okay, we have two more flying out. I really would like to create this thing because maybe it's trendy right now. Maybe it's what is, you know, catching everyone's attention, and you want to receive that same notoriety in regards to, you know, giving back to your community. But I sense that there's something else. Yeah, okay. The two cards that fell were the Five of Pentacles and the Tower. Okay, so there is going to be a huge shift, a huge transformation that is going on for you financially. I do feel as if with the Tower, it's going to be something that you absolutely are going to, you know, be aware of. There's something that is grabbing your attention with the Five of Pentacles and the Tower here. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, let's see, the Queen of Cups. So something that is happening in regards to your material, in regards to your physical life, is helping you also to see yourself intuitively and emotionally. The Seven of Swords, I'm going to start, you know, with all of the energy. You have a lot of Pentacles energy. You are so focused on your finances. You are looking to grow your finances. You are looking for financial stability. The Five of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles suggest that that is like you're not there yet. Like you're working towards this goal, but you are still in an uncomfortable situation financially where, again, you would like to give back to others. You would like to see yourself as, again, not just a caregiver, but like someone who is able to provide. You want to be able to provide. So you could have a family that depends on you, like not just a family that you've given birth to, but the family that you've been raised in. It's like you want to give back because, you know, the Five of Pentacles may be some of the energy that you are like coming from. Like you have come from, you know, a upbringing that held lack. So you were able to see where others lacked, you know, lacked materially, because it was always like in your environment, it feels like. And you've been working very hard to not only leave that environment or no longer feel as if you are existing in that environment. And there's something here though that is shifting for you. It's like your idea of how this prosperity, how this mastery is supposed to take place or come about is shifting. It's like the Seven of Swords holds plans and ideas. And yes, plans and ideas are very helpful in regards to direction and where we want to go, but over planning, like trying to convince or force a different plan to unfold for you financially, and instead of just following what you intuitively feel with the Queen of Cups. Also, it's like you're supposed to be feeling where you are going and you're trying to plan it, and those plans are not going to turn out how you hoped. This is a heavy message, I feel like, to give, because I want you to be aware though, like it's not anything that you could have done differently. It's because the original way was not, like the original way that you planned it was not meant to be. So with the Five of Pentacles here, it's not saying that you're doomed forever. In fact, that is quite the opposite with the Tower following right next after it. It's saying This is where you sense that you are. This is where you feel where you are. This is where you want to be in the energy that you actually technically are in, because the Eight of Pentacles is doing the work. You are doing the work. But there is like a different structuring to the idea of how that work is going to play out in your life, pile number one. I'm going to gain more clarity with seeing like the overall theme. I kind of did these cards in a backwards way than I originally planned. So that also goes to show you, it's like, it doesn't have to be a specific way. Like, just doing what you enjoy can look different day to day. It does not have to be in a specific way or a specific order. But enough on that. I'm going to look at the overall theme of January for you, like the big energy that is playing out. And you have the Teacher here, which is also in this deck is the Emperor. So a lot of fire energy is coming up for you, because I feel like the Tower card is also represented by Mars energy, but I'm not 100% sure right now. But the Teacher is here to say that you are embodying a new energy. What you thought was not necessarily just enough for you, but what you thought was the plan, you're actually learning there's much more to this plan. Like, you are here to create much more than I think that you were aware of. You're here to experience more than you were aware of. And I feel like in January, because of this redirection with the Tower here, because of you being able to see things a little bit more clearly after the Seven of Swords, well, even sometimes it's like the Seven of Swords is followed by the Eight of Swords, where this person feels kind of like entrapped. They're entrapped because they have a blindfold over their eyes and they're not able to see the other directions that they're meant to go in, or that they could go in, how they could easily release themselves. But right now you're in the Seven of Swords, still, trying to perceive, still trying to convince yourself that this could be the way, that you could make something work for you materially if you just stick it out, or if you just feel as if you mastered things differently, learned more in order to get better at something that maybe it was not meant to bring you the abundance that you were expecting. That's what I feel like. I'm going to keep going with that energy. The Emperor here is saying that you are learning a different way. You're learning a different way, and you're showing others as well the way. Like, you are embodying the energy in order to share the energy. So sometimes we want to give with financials. I want to be able to provide by slipping someone some money and saying, get something to eat. And that is, very important, especially in the world that we live in today, where we feel as if resources are so short, so we hold on to them so tightly. That is important, but I feel as if you can give to the ones that you care and love about, or care about and love, you can give to them in a different manner. You can show them a different way as well, is what I'm feeling like. It kind of feels as if you are in the family that you are in order to break a certain karmic cycle. And like, what is the resource of love? Like, it doesn't just look like money. It doesn't just look like what I provide. It looks like I like the Teacher, where I can share knowledge and energy. I can inspire others to go after their goals. They're like true, authentic goals, because I am now deciding to do that for myself as well. So pile number one, I feel like January is really big for you. It's really big for you because you are stepping into a new role. It feels like you are literally stepping into a new role that has a lot to do what you feel like with your finances, or what will feel like with your finances, like your discomfort and not being able to do all that you want to do. But you are going to transmute that energy, literally be able to, be able to like, not just transmute, but like channel that discomfort into your own power, is what that feels like. I'm going to look even more deeply into January for you with the Oracle and see what else Spirit has to tell you. I'm going to look in with the Starseed Oracle and see what Spirit has to tell you about January. You have jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. Absolutely. And especially because the Five of Pentacles is ruled by the number 5. And we have the Tower here signaling like big restructuring in your life. Spirit is saying, jump in. Like, don't shrink away from the change that is going on in your life in January, because it is here to show you another way. That is what the redirection is always about in our life. It's here to show us another way. And again, I feel like you are meant to show this to others. You are meant to lead first with the Aries energy, jump in first in regards to your family or your friends or just your community, where people aren't necessarily willing to let go of what they think should be going on in their financial situation, in their life in general, and to jump into the possibility of change, saying yes to change and finding adventure there and abundance there. You also have you're not alone, isolation, physical connection, and community. So I was definitely sensing that. It's like you're not alone in wanting to do these things in January. I think even if you aren't in the community that you feel is the safest or the most adventurous or the most like spiritually aligned with you yet, there are others that are coming towards you in January to affirm the things that you are like heavily sensing. You are sensing it because it is meant for you to jump into something that you will creatively feel so good about, that you will be able to sense the mastery flowing from you. It's like when someone asks you a question and you know the answer, and it really makes their day or makes them happy because they haven't been able to find the answer to this question. And it's like, oh yeah, I have that kind of knowledge where I get to just share it with you. And that can be enough. Okay. That can be enough for right now. It's like, no, your abundance does not solely lie in being able to answer other people's questions. It is just knowing that you have so much more to offer than just what is in your pockets, or just how much your company makes, or just how much this and that. Okay. So taking a very, different look at what money means to you, at what adventure means to you, at what creativity, what does mastery mean to you? What do you feel as if you can sit in a room and study all day, or like take in and envelop in different ways through podcasts, books, through YouTube videos, TV shows? Like, what can you absorb as much as you want in a day and still not get tired of it, and still be able to share it with others at like the tip of your tongue? Okay. Just because something looks logical and practical doesn't mean that it is the only way or the best way. Pile number 1. And I feel as if you will know heavily what that means. But you also have the great severing Mars energy again. So you could definitely be an Aries or be ruled by Mars. You could be a Scorpio as well. But Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Okay, so, especially if others are like seeking from you in a way that you cannot provide. Okay, it is physically impossible to sometimes be able to provide everything for everyone. If there is any conflict, it's this conflict is asking you to soften to love. Pile number 1, to soften to the understanding. I feel like that is trying to come in for you. It's like the conflict that I'm seeing again, because there's not a lot of like you interacting with other people necessarily. It's like you want more money. Let's just put it plainly. I feel like all of us in some points of our life have felt that way. And the conflict is you feel like you're doing everything that you can. Like you're trying different things, it feels like, but it's like those aren't the things for you. Okay. And maybe this is causing anger inside of you. Maybe you are just like, well, then what the hell is it, Afton? And I can't answer that for you. And I don't mean to laugh at, the frustration that I sense, because I have felt that once in my life too, as well. But there is something here, pile number one, that you are meant to teach, that you are meant to share, that you are meant to embody and go after with pure ferocity and pure Aries energy. And I'm softening my voice. I'm trying to soften the energy around you as well to deliver this message and to say that it is still out there. Like, you are not going to run out of time to find this answer or to find your thing. Okay? Just don't approach situations with the expectancy of it to be the thing for you and you are going to, like, this is going to be it. Because what if there are multiple things that you're meant to do and experience and master one at a time, and only finding them in the time that you need to? No, that does not give you an exact map. Yes, that does open you up to change that you are, like, you have no control over. But where does the fear lie? Like, when does that become scary for you and not adventurous? Okay, so January is going to be asking a lot of you in regards to your ambitiousness. It could be, I feel like the word that I'm looking for. Is going to ask a lot of, like, your tolerance as well. Are you going to tolerate believing that it's supposed to look a certain way, like convincing yourself? Are you gonna tolerate what you're telling yourself, or are you just gonna face that fear and say, I'm gonna just try something new here, and there's no fail because I actually did it? I feel like more of the fail lies in not doing it, lies in letting that dream, that idea, or whatever die away inside of you, rather than just addressing the fear that is holding you back from it and then going for it unapologetically. That was such a strong message. I'm going to keep looking at the oracle and see what astrological challenges or energy you may be facing. You have the ninth house, seeking. Absolutely. So the ninth house is all about adventure. I'm literally not surprised. Higher education, faith, belief, spiritual quest, aspirations, journalism. You are risk-taking in January. You're risk-taking. So this is all the energy that you have maybe been putting off, maybe been fighting. It's like, no, I'm gonna face it. I'm gonna seek. I'm gonna go and learn that thing that I wanted to learn. I'm not gonna try to. I hate this word because it comes off sometimes as offensive, but I feel like you get what I'm saying, pile number one. But I'm not going to make any more excuses. Like, maybe I do want to travel. I don't know how, me personally, how that is going for you in the midst of, the global lockdowns or things like that. But maybe, maybe it is traveling in a different way. Maybe it is astral projection. Maybe it is, I don't know. I don't know how you would find yourself moving in this month, but it would be different for every single person who is watching this video. It's more of like the spiritual quest that I'm absolutely seeing. It's like the teacher, again, the emperor is not normally seen seated on a throne of books. Okay. So this is exactly like you're going to be absorbing so much, and spirit wants you to be aware of what is, what is true and what is false. What is true to you and what is false? What is, false that is coming from you, and what is false that is coming from trauma, previous experiences, or people that have, made you think or believe a certain way. I feel like this is a huge spiritual transformation for you this month. It is absolutely going to trigger your energy. You're gonna, I feel like, be more motivated to just try things, to sever the feelings of fear and the things that the inadequacy. I feel like also you don't feel like you have the right to be a teacher. Like, you don't feel like you have enough knowledge or enough resources or experience. And it's like, cut all of that in January, because you are a guru. You are a guru. You are meant to absorb and learn and share with others. It is a part of your destiny, and you, I feel like, are heavily learning that in January. So I'm going to check the essential oil oracle that you have for January. You have invigorating, more Mars energy, of course. You have the keyword is bliss. Trigger statement, why am I here? True statement, I make a difference. You will have the motivation you need to express your light. Know that what you do today makes the world a better place, period. Pile number 1, Spirit is coming through with a very specific message for you, letting you know that you are going to be invigorated and you are going to be invigorating others. You make a difference. You make a difference, pile number 1. And anything that you do wholeheartedly, anything that you do with pure intention, with intuitive guidance, it's meant to be sought after. Okay, you're not going to be wasting your time. You're not going to be. You should not fear that, and you should not fear the idea of moving away from certain habits or ideas and then ending up alone. It's also what I'm feeling like with the you're not alone. I do want to point out again, you are not alone, and Spirit wants you to know that as well. So I want to look at one chakra message for you this month, and you have the 3rd chakra with the solar plexus, oneness and unity. I'm going to read this over here, okay? I accept the oneness of all life, and I know I am one with all others on this journey. I support them and let them support me. I am brave and not afraid to ask for assistance. I allow myself to empathize and sympathize with others, and I choose to see the love in all around me. I see everything as part of my own life, and I accept others for who they are. I find common ground with others rather than differences, as this brings harmony into my life and into theirs. Okay? So a lot of harmony going on for you in January. You're going to be feeling a lot of oneness. Again, you are not alone, and you're going to absolutely be felt, supported by. It's a very, like, your community is showing, your true community is coming out to support you and to let you know, like, you're not the only one who struggles with these feelings. You're not the only one who struggles with these thoughts. I'm going through a huge transformation too, where I thought I was on the path to this, and my path, it switched it up really fast. And I was, you're going to be faced with these people who are saying, yeah, jump in. I jumped in, jump in. And without a doubt, I do feel like this very excited energy of finding common ground with others and just like being able to seek, not necessarily hand in hand with another, more like this is some very independent energy that I'm feeling. It's like moving from your hometown for the first time. Yeah. You thought you were going to live there forever. Probably thought you were going to buy some property. And then you decided, no, this town is actually a little too small. And I want to seek and find more. So that is the best example I have for that. I do want to look at the blessings coming your way this month in the angel number message. You have the angel number 1010. Wow. Keep your thoughts positive and be patient as everything is working out for your highest good. Trust that your angels are working behind the scenes to help you. You are patient. And I feel like you're going to absolutely be embodying like this energy so much. Again, people around you are going to be like, if I was in your situation, I would do this, and this. Like, I would be so quick to pick up 3 jobs if I lost, one or something like that. And it's like, let yourself be divinely guided patiently. You don't have to do everything that everyone else says is like the best thing for you to do. You don't even have to do what you think is the best plan for yourself. Just to think again. Take the time to think again and to think, how do I want to feel in the next year? How do I want to feel in the next 2 years? Like, where can I put my attention to? Like, what can I master patiently and give time to that won't create like this fear or anxiety of lack or confusion in my life? Okay. I feel like that was a very specific message, but keep your thoughts positive and be patient as everything is working out for your highest good in January. Do not let fear overtake you, is also what I'm hearing. Severing, the great severing is happening for you in January. So I want to look lastly, before I start shuffling some cards, at the, again, overall theme of January for you, the major theme that is going on. We had the Tower as a major. We had even the Emperor come out for you as a major, but this is specifically the major arcana, and I want to see what other big energy is going on for you. So you have the Magician. Yes, action, a time to start something, action and movement, decide to lead. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, the Magician is also ruled by Aries, if I'm not mistaken, pile number 1. So again, on the Aries energy, you may even know an Aries, and it's like all in your energy for January, but it is a time to start something. Pile number 1, you are being called into action, literally seeking. You're being called to seek. And it's time for you to decide to lead in this. It's time for you to decide, I've always wanted to be this person. So what's actually going to stop me from being this person right now? Nothing. Nothing should stop you from going after what is divinely meant for you to go after. Nothing. And I don't see that it will in January. I do see you taking action. I do see you deciding to sever the thoughts that you thought about yourself, thought about your path, thought about your creativity, and thought about your prosperity as well. Severing all of those thoughts. Okay. And the Crystal Oracle, and I think I'm going to just do one reflection card for you. I don't want this to be too lengthy, but just a reflection card to ease the tension that you may feel from this reading. Something to reflect on that may be helpful in regards to this message, or it may not be. It may just be a completely random question, again, to ease your mind. Oh, it wanted to fly out. So that is definitely meant for you. Okay, so Rhodonite says compassion, yin yang, and fertility. And I'm going to read this off camera. Rhodonite is a stone of brotherly love, the shared connection between all of humanity. Equilibrium is key for this crystal, which has the capacity to calibrate emotions, balance yin and yang, and source energy from a grounded place. It can bring light to emotional scars from the past, transforming them to foster a stable everyday life. Rhodonite helps remove blame from the situation, whether it's pointed at you or someone else. Accept the situation for what it is and learn to forgive yourself with love and compassion in the process. We also have Taurus and again, Mars energy. Yeah, you are literally moving with so much compassion this month for yourself and for others. Even if you are looking at your financial state and how, from birth, maybe it has just been difficult, okay? Maybe it has just not been the easiest, but with compassion and love, understanding that your financial security and satisfaction was meant to be built from yourself. And even if it had to be built from the ground up, it was built by your hands, by your creativity, and by your way of thinking. So there's a lot being transmuted for you. A lot of compassion is being brought into your heart. Your heart chakra is definitely being highlighted here. And balance as well. And so for your random reflection card for January, you have, what are 2 things that what are 2 things still on your bucket list? So what are 2 things that are still on your bucket list that you haven't crossed off? And going into this new month and into this new year, you know, how can you either do those things or prepare to do those things? And you also have, if you didn't have to sleep, what would you do with the extra time? We do not encourage hustle and work culture. This is just a question to get your imagination stirring. Don't stay up all night trying to do the absolute most. Just if we were in a world where sleep wasn't a bodily function that we needed to survive, what would you do with the extra time? Okay. And pile number 1, this is all that I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. It was lengthy. It was beautiful. And I hope your month is just as beautiful as this reading was. If you enjoyed, please give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you in another reading. Peace. Hello, pile number 2. You chose this beautiful, beautiful crystal. And I'm going to put it right to this side. And we're going to get started into your reading. I'm going to put it over here. See? Okay. Maybe I'll put it over here. Yeah, that still works. I'm going to get right into your reading and start off with the tarot to see how your January is going. There's a lot that wants to come out for you right off the bat. We have 3. I'm going to make sure that these are yours, because that was a lot. Let's see if these 3 are yours. Pile number 1. I meant pile number 2. Jeez. So maybe we're also attracted to pile number 1. Let's see. Yeah, these are yours. So let's see. The first card you have, the Hermit. Okay. I see you in solitary. I see you doing your thing and being just out of the light, out of the spotlight. Doing a lot of internal work, doing a lot of internal purging, learning what is going on internally for you. This could be spiritually. This could also be in regards to your physical body as well for January, having a lot of focus, but just like a lot of you time to be able to focus on what it is that is calling you inward, that is calling you to take moments of reflection. You also have the root of the powers of air. So the Ace of Swords. Wow. Really gorgeous card. The Ace of Swords. So this will be a very mental pursuit for you. And that could be also why you are drawn to pile number 1, if some of you are. But the Ace of Swords here is a new perspective. You are being gifted something for going internally. Pile number 2, you have been called inward in order to reveal something for your highest good in regards to your thoughts, your thought patterns, your ideas. This could even be new clarity coming in for you in regards to what are your next steps? What do I do after I take these moments of internal reflection? Where do I go next? And that could be what is being gifted to you in January with the Ace of Swords. Let's see what else you have though. You have the 7 of Swords. Very interesting. So yeah, I'm just going to put it out there. You could have definitely been drawn to pile number 1. And I always say that 3 times is a confirmation. So if that was for you, that was definitely your 3rd confirmation. But the 7 of Swords is coming out a lot for the collective because I feel like there is an awakening. With every new year, we realize that the things that we have ended up pursuing in the last year maybe isn't necessarily the things that we have been wanting to pursue. Maybe we have, in some way or another, conformed, and I use that word lightly, but conformed to this way of living that doesn't actually involve our highest good, doesn't actually involve like the most aligned future that we're working towards. So I think there is a restructuring coming for you and for the collective. Pile number 2, where we're looking at things differently. And of course, I'm being shown the Tower, which I can't make it up. I can't make it up. 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. The Tower also came out for pile number 1. So 7 of Swords and the Tower, completely different decks. The collective is absolutely going through an awakening. And I feel like you feel that. I feel like you feel that. The Lovers here is telling me that this is something that has to do heavily with like you. I read the Lovers energy differently than I feel like most people, because it's not just about romantic love. That is not all that you are seeking, I don't feel like. This is a transformation and like life transformation. I do want to point out with all of the major arcana, this is a life transformation in regards to like who you view yourself to be. I think that is especially what the Hermit is for. It is here to like give you that moment in January to really be able to strongly reflect, and then for you to actually embody that energy. The Lovers is not, again, just about romantic love. It's about the love of self, the identity of self, being able to look in the mirror and identify who is looking back at you. I feel like strongly Gemini gives you, with the Gemini energy here, it gives you a different perspective. It gives you a different perspective. So with the Tower here, which is never really the easiest energy to work through, it's kind of just like telling you there is a shift coming. There is a transformation of what you thought stability looked like or felt like. And it's something that you're being called to ask to ease yourself into. The Hermit here is like the preparation for the Tower. And just to end it with you really being able to look in the mirror with clarity and say, I have been focusing my time and attention on this, but I am able to shift that. Like I can change my mind is also what I mentioned in pile number 1. And you, pile number 2, are also free to change your mind. To be able to go inwardly and to find out what your mind is telling you. The Hermit is ruled by Virgo, and it's a lot of mutable energy here. We have Mercury in represented with these 2 energies. So your mind and the Moon here in the 7 of Swords in your heart. The mind and the heart are coming into agreement. In January, you're going to be able to see very clearly your goals and what you want, even though, again, in the past, maybe your focus has been on, or maybe you have been able to like convince yourself to focus on something that wasn't actually as important to you as you thought, or wouldn't bring you as much spiritual development as you had hoped, or wouldn't bring you as much of the life changes as you need or want or expected. Okay, so there is a transformation coming for you. It's just so ironic that we have these 2 energies coming through once again so strongly. It's just to say, don't try to convince yourself that this is something that will make you happy, or that this is something that you want, or that even this is something that you can't have. I'm going to look more at what the 7 of Swords is trying to communicate with us through your reading, specifically pile number 2. But Spirit is saying, think again with the 7 of Swords. Allow your mind to have a new perspective, a new thought, a new way of thinking. So I'm going to look at the overall major theme that is going on for you in January, and to see what else is accompanying this energy for you. And you have the Page of Swords, the home of action. Wow. Again, I think we're all being called into action in a different way with the collective. This Page of Swords is saying, again, think again. You have the Page and the Ace of Swords. Those are 2 very different energies, being as the Page is like a seeker. They seek knowledge, especially of the Swords suit. You are someone who wants to gain as much knowledge as possible. And I do see you learning a lot in the month of January, like learning a lot about yourself, learning a lot about your mind. What I'm also hearing is like mental stability, like being able to be very sure of the way of thinking that you're experiencing, like knowing when your thoughts are your own and when they are not. Definitely being very aware of your thoughts in general. This month is going to be very important. I feel as if when this tower moment happens, you are going to actually be very curious to learn about yourself in the way that you not just have reacted to this transformation, but how you have evolved because of this transformation. I think there is a lot of evolving, evolving in your mind this month in regards to your mental state. There's a lot evolving. So I'm going to look even further into the oracle and see what spirit has to tell you about this energy for January. You have the void, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Okay, so that's interesting because it's like the home of action, but you also have stop. So whenever I see those like polar opposites in a reading, it feels to me like you are in between, you are in this in-between phase where, again, the Hermit, and I guess I should put it over here with where it will begin, and then we'll look at where it ends as well. The void is the Hermit. It is embracing the winter. It is the great cosmic womb. It is your great cosmic womb, whether you have, a physical womb or not. You hold the energy to be able to hold yourself, to be able to go within and hold yourself and nurture yourself. It's like coming home after a long day, except you are the home. You're walking into yourself. And January is going to, I feel like the beginning of January is going to have like a lot of pause moments for you. Even if you aren't completely still, it's going to be like a lot of pause moments where you're going to have to, there's something coming into your mind, into your mental arena, and it's going to make you pause and analyze and embrace something in January. You also have the courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. Okay. So especially with the Gemini here, definitely like falling in love with the multifaceted aspects of yourself, the unique nature of you. You are a very unique and individualistic being, pile number 2. There is literally no one else in the world just like you. So this is something that you are absolutely embracing in January, learning more about. I think that is what is also coming in with this new clarity, is like you've been trying to make yourself a unicorn of all things, fit into what do they keep horses? A barn, I guess, into a barn with horses. Like you are the one who stands out, and you're trying to place yourself in positions that make you look more mediocre than you actually are, and not make you look, make you feel, make you think that you are more mediocre than you actually are, and you aren't. So this is your moment of pause to really reflect and look at yourself, especially with the lovers here, with the courageous peony, and the void is to stop, look at who you are, let yourself be seen by yourself first and foremost, and then others will follow suit. Okay, let yourself be seen and embrace who you are, who you're meant to be, who you're being called to be. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Hold on one second. But embrace who you're meant to be, because it is beautiful and unique, and you have a lot to offer as who you are without having to transform, talk, or think like someone you're not. And I think that makes sense to you because you'll know specifically what that means for you, pile number 2. I'm going to look and see next what the astrological energy is that is going on around you right now. or in the month of January completely. And you have square with the challenge here. You have creates tension, stalls, sounds the alarm, motivates, pressures into, frustrates, demands, struggles, reorients, hurts, works out, and reconciles. So, wow, this was definitely even kind of like the energy that I was feeling for pile number 1, but this card absolutely came out for you instead because it was meant for you, pile number 2. There is something in January, and it may be a challenge that sends you into hermit mode, or it may be a challenge while in hermit mode, or, you know, when you freshly are out of hermit mode. It will look differently for everyone. But there is a challenge here specifically for you to motivate you to create a bit of tension in your present day life, the life that you don't actually, you know, not that you don't want to. It's like you want to experience something different. And there's a challenge here to show you that, to show you and to awaken to you what is not aligned, right? So in the end, it does work out with the Tower here. The restructure does happen. It is inevitable and things that we cannot fight. And maybe it doesn't feel the best. The challenge doesn't feel the best. But again, it is meant for you to stop and to I feel like even like you find it metaphorically, when you fight against something, there is friction. So you are hurting yourself more than you are hurting the thing that is causing you friction. If you just stop and to sit still and to see why this challenge, why this thing is binding you or tying you in a certain position, then you are able to understand and then to free yourself. You are going to be freeing yourself this month with a new perspective, to be able to see things differently after a moment of pause. And self-reflection and falling in love with yourself again is what I feel like, pile number 2. But your essential oil message for January is grounding. The key word is rooted. Trigger statement, I am somewhere else. Trigger statement, I am somewhere else. True statement, right here, now, everything is perfect. Allow your energy to shine. Let me draw it in. Allow your energy to shift the material plane where it is needed to help you complete what you have set out to do. I'm going to repeat it. Allow your energy to shift with the Tower to the material plane where it is needed to help you complete what you have set out to do. So in this lifetime, there's something that you are meant to complete. You are meant to complete something. And right now, in your very actual present moment, you are meant to ground yourself and almost like preparing your energy to go after what it is that you are meant to complete, meant to fulfill, meant to almost like I'm hearing prophesize. Like you've seen this thing and you're like, oh, this totally needs to exist. And now you are like severing yourself from the fear of creating said thing or experiencing said thing. You have a new way of thinking and you're ready. You're going to be prepared and grounded, and know exactly where you are and where you're meant to be, where you're heading next. Okay. So this month is a new beginning. It feels like kind of like a ground zero, with grounding rooted in the restructuring of the foundations that you have previously known in the past. And then learning, being called to action to learn how to rebuild again. And it doesn't feel as dramatic as it sounds. It feels like it could be major shifts that happen for you this month, or it could be minor. It'll be different for everyone. I say major because you have 3 major arcana cards, and those are heavy energies to be working with. But just knowing that when you ground yourself, that's where you find the clarity. When you go within, which is seriously being highlighted for you, pile number 2, that is when you come back out with newfound information, where you're able to face challenges head on, because you've taken a moment to reflect and to say, why is this actually a challenge for me? Okay, what is this challenge here to teach me? So I want to take a look at the chakra that you will be working with and around in January. And you have the base chakra, again, with the root chakra here. Self-sufficiency. By finding material security without being materialistic, I will gain satisfaction, stability, and inner strength. I am resourceful. I put in the effort to be responsible for supplying fundamental needs in my life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. I take responsibility for where I now find myself in life as I move forward. I get in touch with and trust my innate wisdom, which tells me that I will be provided with all I need. So yes, again, the grounding will literally be highlighting your self-sufficiency. It will be highlighting your responsibility for self. You will gain a new clarity of what it means to be responsible for yourself, I feel like. And to just get in touch with and trust your own inner wisdom, your own intuition, your inner gut, which should be telling you and which will be telling you that you are protected and that you are provided with all that you need this month. There is nothing that this tower is going to be taking away from you that doesn't need to be released. You feel me? So the blessing that you have this month is your intuition. You are being gifted with not gifted with your intuition. You will be gifted with the acknowledgement, with the feelings, with the awakening of your intuition. You have keen awareness of what is happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift and will help you understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. This insight allows you to be a great guide and supporter. You are intuitive. And I feel like this is the second time that I'm seeing the word insight for you, but I'm going to keep moving along with your reading and to let you know that your intuition is definitely receiving an uptake, an upgrade. This hermit mode is having you come out squeaky clean and fresh with a new, like a clear third eye is what I'm feeling like. You're going in and it's a deep cleanse. And there's going to be things that you're done. I'm hearing the word avoiding. You're done avoiding things, avoiding thoughts that have been popping up for you, and you're ready to intuitively start unpacking some things. So I'm going to look at the major theme, the major arcana of January for you with the numerology insights, of course. I'm seeing the word again. So a lot of insights. You're definitely taking in a lot of information with the swords energy here, the mercurial energy, a lot of knowledge, a lot of insights gained. It's also giving me very much so high priestess energy, so intuitive knowledge coming to you. But you have the emperor here with materialization. Follow the plan, get things finished. Focus on the end product. Have something tangible to show. Okay, structure and organization. So again, funny, the emperor came out for pile number 1. I'm basically giving it all away, but I just need you to know that there is certain energetic ties that are connected here. You are following a plan, the plan to get things finished. I feel like, especially in the Seven of Swords. I'm trying to mix words. I'm going to take my time. Especially with the Seven of Swords showing up here. You could be distracted from being able to complete things because you're still trying to grasp onto concepts. You're trying to work through challenges and juggle a lot. But Spirit is saying that there's a plan here and there's some things that need to be tied up. Things need to be finished, especially in order to survive the kind of restructuring that is going to be happening for you energetically and spiritually. Focus on the end product and have something tangible to show, okay? So even if it is the spiritual work that you've been doing, let it bring you something tangible. So what that may look like is picking up a new spiritual habit like meditation and being able to have tangible, clear, thinking, clear thoughts, being able to see a physical difference in the meditation that you do. So let's see what Crystal Oracle is coming out for you in January. And I'm also going to be shuffling a random reflection card to kind of ease towards the end of this message. But you have Purple Tourmaline, and I'm going to shuffle these as well for a random reflection for you for January. Okay. So your Crystal Oracle says grounding, of course, protection, serenity. Purple Tourmaline gets straight to the heart of the matter, dispelling any negativity around core wounds, especially issues carried over from past lives. Purple Tourmaline is a great protector and can create a shield between you and alien invasion, possession, and unwanted attachments. It removes illusions, so you can see reality for what it is without any judgment. That is where serenity and peace lie, when we are able to detach from external views. Ground yourself with love and trust that you are always protected. Libra, and we have the Venus and Mars energy. Okay, so absolutely, I came up with this thing in my head, I feel like last year, and it's stop, drop, and meditate. And I never actually got to fulfill it for myself. So maybe this is also a reminder to me to stop and drop and meditate wherever you are in the day, just for 60 seconds, literally 60 seconds. If you could take a minute to breathe, connect with your body and breathe, that is a form of grounding. And I feel like there's a lot of energy coming out with this Purple Tourmaline. It's like grounding yourself from outside influences, from outside thoughts and negativity. I feel like there's a lot of restructuring in regards to not being so easily influenced by negativity or low vibrational energy when it is met, when you are met with it. So when you are focusing heavily on grounding yourself and energetically, protecting yourself in meditation and covering yourself, you are actually setting yourself up for success, to be grounded in knowing who you are so that you cannot be swayed by other people's opinions. That way you are able to materialize and manifest on an aligned state and know who you are intuitively. Very, very, very independent is what I feel like is coming out for you in January. Your independence is going to be unshakable after this Tower moment. You're going to be able to say, okay, now let me get back to what I was doing because I know who I am. I'm so clear on what it is that I want to do now. I'm done trying to manifest for others, trying to materialize for others. I'm trying to do it for myself, is what that feels like. Okay, and so your random reflection questions. When was the last time you had to forgive a friend? Okay, that may be important for you this month. And would you describe yourself as an extrovert or an introvert, and why? So especially with the Hermit card here, it's usually I would think of myself as pretty extroverted, but this month I'm definitely taking just so much time to be inward, to draw inward, to learn about myself, to learn about forgiveness, even if that is something that is absolutely coming up for you. And to accept the challenges that I may face, and to know that, again, they cannot change who I am. They are actually here for me to realize and to solidify the idea of who I am. Okay, pile number 2, you have such a beautiful reading. There were some similarities to pile number 1, but still your own unique individual self. This reading was specifically meant for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up because I would greatly appreciate it, and I will see you in another reading. Peace. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your January predictions. I'm going to get right into it. I just wanted to show you your palm stone, the crystal that you chose. energetically, and I'm going to put it right to the side. I'm going to get started with the tarot first, just to see what energy you will be carrying with you in January, and what will be around you, how you will be appearing to other people in January. So let's see. I believe I was picking up a message before actually recording. The message of take your time. And then you have the 8 of Pentacles popping out and the Queen of Swords, okay? So in January, I don't know why I was about to say February. In January, you are going to be working on something, mastering something. You're going to be using a lot of analytical skills that you possess, a lot of intellectual powers that you possess as well, to be able to create something or to gain a new skill. Is also what I'm feeling like with the 8 of Pentacles for in January. That is a lot. Do I want to keep them? Let me make sure these are yours. Pile number 3. Let's see. Let's keep shuffling. Let's keep shuffling because there are other ones still trying to come out. But I do see the Death in reverse making its way out. So a transformation, the Tower as well. A transformation or a restructuring of some sort may be taking place in the month of January, maybe in the background for you, pile number 3, while you are focusing on your skills, more so going inwardly. Even though the 8 of Pentacles is not an internal card, it is an internal process. Creativity is an internal process. So with the Queen of Swords energy, I also think that you are kind of coming at this skill or creative process very, what's the word? Confidently. Yes, coming towards this creative process confidently. Let's see what else you have. You have the 4 of Wands that flew out, and you have the Justice card in reverse, okay? So this could also have to do with the transformation taking place in the background in your life in January. I think that you will find a lot of harmony, a lot of peace in your creative process this month. That is because things outside of that, outside of the things that you are determined to focus on, may not be necessarily the most peaceful for you at this moment. That's why I was getting like the 8 of Pentacles being a more internal. Are these yours? Let's see, pile number 3. Are these your final 2 tarot cards? I think so. Okay, yeah. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Wands. Okay, so yeah, things are not peaceful necessarily. I feel like you could be trying to like defend yourself, your character, or your creativity against a group of people, or just a different number of people who don't necessarily understand what it is that you're trying to create or pursue. But the Queen of Swords is saying that this is background energy. Like you are deciding not to focus on it. You also have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Very beautiful. So divine partnership may be important for you in January. I'm going to make some more space. A divine partnership. It could be romantic. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but with the King and the Queen, and of course, you know, a lot of Queen energy. It does give me a very divine partnership. A relationship where you are able to hear another perspective from someone outside of, you know, what you've been used to hearing, who's actually cheering you on. This is an alignment of energy with it both being in the Suit of Cups. So some of you could be in relationships already. Some of you, this doesn't, again, have to necessarily do with romantic relationship, because not everyone is interested in that, A, and B, sometimes that energy is not what is coming through as directly and as clearly. Especially with the 4 of Wands, though, it's just like outside of the of the BS, things are so harmonic for you two, especially in the Four of Wands depicted as like two beings who are literally staring into each other's eyes. So there is an imbalance that this partnership may be helping you with in regards to your creativity, in regards to your authentic, like the way that you show up to the world authentically. They could be helping you kind of merge your mind and your heart. Because I do feel like the person who is watching this is giving very queen energy, because it's coming out twice. And then we have the king, the divine masculine, here to help guide us emotionally as well. Or to walk alongside us, not necessarily like forefront, but like side by side. You're walking with someone through these more difficult energies, external energies. The Seven of Wands with the Hermit right underneath, which also again heavily signifies you being in a kind of state where the phone is on do not disturb and you are in the creative process. Again, the Hermit doesn't mean that you are alone and secluded. It just means I'm going to take my space. I'm going to take my space. And even if that means holding communication for a minute and being able to focus on the project at hand. And for some reason, I'm also hearing, or like not going to social media, but or scrolling through social media, but focusing on that thing that you were saying that you wanted to create. But pile number 3, take what resonates, of course. The Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck, it continues to stand out to me that this is not energy, because it is over here. It's not energy that is in your home. It's not energy that is in your daily surrounding. It's when you step out of the piece. When you step out of the Four of Wands, things seem to be just unbalanced, not justified, like people's opinions and things of that nature, really encroaching on your energy and your space. And you could be very empathic, and so could your partner, if that is the divine partnership that I'm talking about. Or this could be just your energy in general, like your divine masculine and your divine feminine coming together intuitively, like merging, for you to be able to focus. I think that's heavily what is coming up for you in January, is your focus, your attention to detail, your, again, analytical capabilities, being able to observe things. I feel like that, especially with the Queen of Wands being like, I'm going to bring it up. The Queen of Wands being haloed with butterflies. So this is like a transformation of your perspective that is happening as well. When you focus on the things that you want to create, when you focus on the positivity that you are bringing into this world based off of your own pure happiness, you start to see it more, like what you're creating more reflected in your life is what I'm feeling like. It also feels like to me like the people in the Seven of Wands, they could be focused solely all the time on justice in reverse and how things just aren't right, aren't balanced. But you're up here in your own individualistic state trying to say, but everything can be better. Everything can be good. Like these things are fixable. These situations aren't going to break you. It also feels like it's like you're trying to fight for what you believe in, when all you have to do is continue to focus on creating what you believe in, is what I'm feeling like. But I'm going to look even more into this with the major theme that is going on in your life in January, and see what big energy is around you right now. And you have the Nine of Wands, resilience, moon in Sagittarius. So you could actually have a moon in Sagittarius, moon in Libra even as well. Or you could be a Libra, or your moon could be a water sign. Yeah, water sign. But the Nine of Wands. So yeah, you're definitely over the Seven of Wands. Like you're over the back and forth, the communication, like of like just trying to really force, you're over trying to force the flow. 9 of Wands signifies that you have been very resilient. You have, you know, you have been in the 7 of Wands energy. You have, and you're tired of it. What comes after the 9 of Wands is the 10 of Wands, and you're tired of it. You're tired of having to put up with certain energies. It feels like it's like you just want to focus on the energy that feeds you. You just want to focus on the harmony. It's like, it's not like you're being avoidant of the issues, but then there's also like worldly issues, like bigger issues, I feel like, because the Justice is just like, the Justice seems off in this spread, pile number 3. I'm going to be honest with you, especially with it being in reverse. It's like there's so much peace, there's so much power in the Queen of Swords, and creativity in the 8 of Pentacles. And these are actually very positive energies, but for the Justice to be in reverse, it's like you want to focus on the worldly problems that you can make right. I'm hoping that this makes sense, pile number 3, because I'm purely channeling right now, and what is really throwing me off is the Justice. With the 9 of Wands, though, I feel like everything's balancing out for you, even if you feel as if, yeah, that Justice in reverse feels pretty right, because life is out of balance. You know, things aren't how you thought they would be when feeling this much peace. It's like you just keep being who you are. Just keep doing what you're doing. Focus on what you're focusing on. Because I do feel like strongly, pile number 3, that there's something creatively that has grabbed or will be grabbing your attention in January. And Spirit wants you to definitely focus on that. They don't want you to worry about the things that are out of your control, that are out of other people's control, and working towards something more aligned, more harmonious. There's a possible significant other here who wants to grow intuitively with you, who wants to materialize, who wants to intuitively live life with you. It feels like with the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups and the 4 of Wands, it's like you can have peace and harmony. Things can just be peaceful. You have done a lot of work to get to where you are, especially, you know, entering into a new year. It's like, I don't want to slow down. It also feels like, it's kind of like, I don't want to slow down. So like, as if the energy will somehow like disappear. And it's like, don't worry. Like, don't worry. You're still doing your thing. 9 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. You know what to do. Queen of Swords. And with the experience of the 9 of Wands, it's like nothing can keep you from creating what you're meant to create. So enjoy in the peace that you sense and the harmony when it comes to you. Enjoy it. And if another person is trying to say, let's enjoy in this together, look at that deeply and recognize and look and see where your energy aligns with that other person energetically, emotionally as well. I'm going to keep looking into this because this is very interesting. I'm very interested in like the rest of your reading. So you have surrender to the sweetness. Yes. That literally gave me like almost butterflies in my arms. It's like surrender. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life, period. Period. So January is really going to be a really good month for you. Pile number 3. Spirit just is asking you to release the tension in your shoulder. Even if you're holding it right now, take a deep breath. Yes. Surrender to the sweetness. Allow things to flow and to go smoothly. Enjoy the pleasures that you're sensing. If it's smells, for some reason I'm feeling like someone's getting new perfume, or something about, you know, adorning yourself in the way that you look, like your physical body. It doesn't even have to be, you know, buying things outside of yourself. It could just be giving yourself a hand massage with a new hand lotion that you really like, or something that can evoke pleasure that doesn't have to keep you, in a mental space too much. Because I feel like, especially with this Queen of Swords here, it's like, don't focus too much on the things that you have to do, or the things that you feel like you have to create. Really just let things flow from you, especially if you're a creator, especially if you're an artist. Let it flow from the sweetness that you experience in your everyday life. It's like, life is art, and we're supposed to just talk about it and recite it to each other in different forms of music, of painting, writing, whatever it is that you may do. So to be able to say, I am present in life, and then I get to be able to recount it in a beautiful and artistic way, it makes the process so much sweeter. And that is what Spirit is asking for you, is to just surrender, be fully present to the sweetness that is enveloping in your life. Do not pay attention to the background noise. Pile number 3, it is so important for me to repeat that, because the 7 of Wands energy just doesn't belong. And even if there's things that you feel like, maybe I really should care more about this, it's like, okay, but let that balance itself out. Justice in reverse is not necessarily always something that we have to enact on, that we have to do. Oh, we always feel like this obligation to make things right if things go wrong. And it's like, can we allow it to find its way to right again? Can we allow this situation to find itself to its center, while I focus on all of the beautiful things in my life? First of all, if this is a relationship with the Justice in reverse, I almost said, who wouldn't want you to focus on the positivity in your life? But some people don't. Pile number 3, and I feel like that may be a specific message for someone, but it is okay, and Spirit is telling you it is okay for you to actually enjoy the good things happening in your life. It's actually okay, especially when we can see that people around us are having a difficult time adjusting to our new way of living, or our new way of life in society. And it's like, okay, but I'm going to surrender to the good things that are happening into my life, because that actually, I want more of it. Like, I want more peace. I want more joy. I want to make love to my partner whenever I want to make love to my partner, period. Or we go and we make love to life together and experience beautiful and magical things. Pile number 3, this is so beautiful, and I hope that you are receiving this divinely. Like, I hope that it is really clicking for you. We have Messenger, Sirius energy, bringing harmony and balance. Yeah, this is like so perfect. This is like so perfect, because we were just talking about things coming into harmony naturally. And in January, that is absolutely what is happening. Harmony and balance. It is not right now, maybe, but it will be. It will be. And it will happen when maybe you're not paying the most attention to a situation. I swear that's what it feels like. It's like you look away from the mess for a second, and it like cleans itself up, or figures itself out, or something of that nature is what that feels like to me. But I feel like you'll understand more per your situation. So yeah, Messenger, you are going to be receiving, I feel like, a lot of divine messages. This could be the things that you're recording in your art, in your creations, is divine messages. So maybe someone's creating like an affirmation deck, or creating some kind of affirmative art for others to process and receive. I'm not sure where that came from. But you are a divine messenger. You are receiving divine messages, and around that energy, around the things that you focus on, there will be harmony and balance. Pile number 3. Okay, so I'm gonna look and see what the astrological energy is that is around you in the month of January. You have I don't think I said that right. With complexity. So there's something here that may irritate or mystify you in January. There may be something that is contradicting or complicating the energy there's something that may need require translation, adjusting. It will make you curious. It will in an educational aspect, and it will transform you in some way in January. But what this feels like to me is the energy that we were talking about kind of in the Seven of Wands. It's like there is energy here that is contradicting your own pile number 3, or is contradicting what you are trying to transform your energy into. This is something that you cannot force with this complexity. It is here to actually teach you something. It is here to actually show you something. So what may be viewed as a complication at first, especially when we're dealing with other people, but maybe even in our own creative process, it's like what is appearing as a complication at first is actually here to make you curious in order to dig deeper, okay? And this could be also a part of the message that you were being sent in January, is just like, look deeper into this situation, into this complication, into this mystifying situation as it is, and try to figure out what your part is in it. Hear the train in the background. It's such a lovely sound. Figure out what your place is in it, okay? I'm gonna look also at the essential oil that you have for January. And you have lavender with more balance, of course. Trigger statement, no one understands me. True statement, I ask for what I need. From a place of love, you need to stand up and speak your truth. What you wish for is what the universe wishes for you, period. Again, this is a beautiful month for balance coming into you, to surrender to everything that is going on in your life. Sometimes I feel like when we are seeking balance, we don't actually know what that means. Because when we look at a scale, if we have two objects that weigh the same or don't weigh the same, either way, if we adjust in any way, something is being put off balance. So it feels almost as if like you are off put by the balance that is coming into your life. It's like, oh, I thought this is what balance is, but I'm actually adjusting to what true equilibrium, what true balance means to me. And from a place of love, it is time to embrace that. Someone is speaking their truth in January to ask for what they need. What you wish for is what the universe wishes for you. Maybe this is not a specific conversation, but maybe it's more like between you and spirit, pile number 3, where you are not even just creating, but manifesting. Like the creations that you make are your wishes up to spirit. And it's like, okay, I wish that I had this for my business, so I'm going to create this, and then the steps will follow for me in order to manifest that kind of as well. But you're going from no one understands me to I ask for what I need in January, knowing that when you speak, people will understand. They will hear the clarity in your voice as you have found it in yourself. Again, there's a lot that I feel like is transforming for you, which is why you had the Death card and the Tower card show out just briefly for you. It's like there's a lot transforming. Like you're releasing the complications of like trying to force a puzzle piece that doesn't fit, and you are more so like just embracing how the puzzle unfolds for you, how life unfolds for you, just naturally. I think you're really done trying to force things, and that is what is like the biggest message that is coming through to me for you, pile number 3. So let's see, we're going to also look at the chakra that you're going to be working with in January. You have the 6th chakra, or the third eye chakra, intuitive perception. I know that what my intuitive senses tell me are true. I open myself to the truth that is within and around me, and I know that it is there for me to receive. I practice developing my intuition, and I know what it is, and I know that it is, and I know that it is a major aspect of who I am. In the stillness and silence of meditation and contemplation, I will experience and know the truth. Okay? So heavily working with your third eye chakra this month. Intuitively, I feel like, messages, the downloads that I was talking about, you're going to receive a lot of messages. And that's why you kind of need to like clear the channel so that you can receive them in the way that they're meant to be received. Pile number 3. This card is called Intuitive Perception. So removing other people's voices, other people's beliefs, ideas, and energy out of your manifestation process, out of your communication process with spirit, period, will actually be very helpful for you. Again, you will be able to focus on things differently, see things differently with a different spiritual perspective. And I also wanted to look at the blessings coming in your life in January. And you have the angel number, master number 55. Substantial change is in your future. Like, I can't make that up. Embrace the change, a need to overcome your insecurities and let go of your fears. You are evolving this month, okay? So you are letting go of your fears. You are letting go of other people's fears. You are evolving. You are evolving this month. It's beautiful. You are evolving from, again, a person who may have used to like really try to force things, really try to make people understand things or experience things for themselves. And it's like, now you're just trying to experience things for yourself. You're trying to balance yourself, figure out your life and live in your life, like enjoy it as fully as you possibly can. And spirit is heavily supporting you. There's like a huge change coming for you internally. It feels like emotionally, spiritually, it feels like just a big change of where your focus is definitely on the right mark. Like you're on the right wavelength of what it is that you were meant, like you were brought here to do. Pile number 3. So again, I want to look at just another major theme that is going on in your life in January that coincides with the rest of the energy. And you have strength with the infinity. What goes around comes around. We are all connected and can heal when we know that everything obeys the laws of the universe, karma and totality. Okay. So you are healing. That is absolutely evident here. You are healing in, I feel like, a different way though. In a different way. This is absolutely karmic. Okay. This, I feel like, situation, you've been faced with a situation quite similar to it where you have had to choose what you focus on. I feel like we always get that choice. It always comes around, but this one came around for you very strongly, for you to understand, like, this is the universe working. Like, this is the universe showing me that I always have the choice. I always have the choice to choose to heal, to choose to not focus on the things that don't involve my evolvement. It's like, this is actually a really beautiful message for someone. You are being affirmed in January, the work that you have already done. Okay. This is work that you have already done, especially with the 8 and the 8 recycling here. It's like, this is just you getting to come back around and say, wow, I remember when that really got me caught up. Like, I remember when I would really get caught up in someone else's drama or someone else's problems, and caught up being that I thought that it was my responsibility to solve them when it wasn't. You can be there for other people, but you don't have to solve other people's problems or issues. That is not what you are made for. Pile number 3. And so this month, I feel like it's gonna come back differently for you, and it's gonna affect you much differently. You do have a support system at your side. You do have a support system. It could be a divine partner, but it could just be your person, like just a person who is your person. And it doesn't have to be romantic at all, but it is absolutely harmonic. It is absolutely harmonic. There are certain relationships I feel like I want to say that. It is a certain relationship in your life that is being able to help you just know who you are and affirm your decision making. You had a lot pop out, and there's a lot that wants to talk to you. I'm shuffling one last crystal message for you, pile number 3, and then we're gonna do a random reflection card that may give you an extra message of something to reflect on, or it could just be something to ease you out of this very heavy message. But let's see. Very heavy. It wasn't that heavy, I don't think. Pile number 3, I think you're overcoming, or you've overcome a lot of complexity. It feels like you are like on the final phase of a Rubik's Cube where you've gotten all the other colors, pretty much down, and you're on the last face, and it's like you've done a lot of this work already. And that doesn't mean that work doesn't stop, because what do you do with the Rubik's Cube after you've solved it? You start it over. You shuffle it all over, or you do it all over again in order to solve it again. But you keep having all of these fly out, and I don't know if I want to take all of these. Pile number 3. I don't know if I want to take all of these. Let me see. Let me put these there and see if because it's twice now that 3 flew out for you. And I don't think I want to read all 3 either. No, this is the one for you, because I saw this earlier. This is the one. These are nuts. Okay, so we have your crystal oracle. And now quickly, I'm going to shuffle the reflection cards and see what random reflection card has a message for you. I'm actually thinking about pulling it out, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Pile number 3. So your final message for January is rhodonite, compassion, yin yang, and fertility. Okay. Rhodonite is a stone of brotherly love, the shared connection between all of humanity. Equilibrium is key for this crystal, which has the capacity to calibrate emotions, balance yin and yang, and source energy from a grounded place. It can bring light to emotional scars from the past, transforming them to foster a stable everyday life. Rhodonite helps remove blame from the situation, whether it's pointed at you or someone else. Accept the situation for what it is and learn to forgive yourself with love and compassion in the process. And we have Taurus here and Mars energy. So that's actually everything that we have been talking about. You're absolutely going to be forgiving yourself and others, holding compassion for yourself and others, because you know that everyone else is in their life process trying to figure it out too. So you're gonna be more compassionate in that way, and knowing you can only focus on your purpose and your path. Okay. This is, again, we were talking about old emotional wounds. Even though we don't have 6 of Cups, it's giving very 6 of Cups energy, that you are just recycling through this cycle, not focusing on the things that you A, cannot change, and B, aren't meant to change, and just continuously surrendering to the sweetness that is in your life, evolving rapidly. So your random reflection card for January is 2 different questions. This one seems a little bit lengthy. What types of things have you collected in the past? It could be any kind of things, but do you have a collection of something, or have you had a collection of something in the past? And your house and everything you own. Jesus. Okay, so trigger warning. This could be talking about something that you have been through. Your house and everything you own catches fire. All pets and people are safe, but you can save one item. What would you choose? Okay, so that's very it's random to me, but it may not be to you, pile number 3. It was just a little question that I wanted to throw in there. But I hope that you were able to enjoy this reading. I hope that it wasn't too all over the place and that you really understood the message that Spirit was trying to bring you today. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you in another reading. Peace. Hello, pile number 4. You chose this beautiful rose quartz crystal. Okay. And I'm going to just put it right to the side and get started with your tarot reading. And to see what energy is popping up for you for January. What your energy is like. How you are showing up. Okay. We have the Queen of Wands and the 5 of Swords. Who are you cussing out? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. So, first of all, I feel like even if you are getting into any kind of disagreements this month, your energy is coming off as very fierce, which shows me that you may be the person who is the kind of like the aggressor in the 5 of Swords, but it doesn't have to be, especially because we have the 8 of Cups following the Queen of Wands. It's like, yeah, you're fierce, but I feel like sometimes you just rather walk away. Like, it's like sometimes it's not even worth the disagreements. And especially because we have those 2 others in the background, you could just decide that you are one of them and decide, I'm not even going to expel the energy it takes to tell you about how wrong you are. This feels so very specific, pile number 4. So you could be in a very tense kind of situation with someone, and emotionally you're just like over it. You're just over it. You don't want to keep having to defend yourself. Keep having to fight. Every time you're around this person, you feel like you got to pick up a sword and defend yourself. You have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I'm going to see what this Knight of Pentacles is about for you. What is this, Spirit? Oh, not in the flame. Lord, Spirit will protect us. You have the Page of Pentacles coming in hot in regards to the Knight of Pentacles. So there's a situation, and it could be financially, that is taking a lot longer than you are expecting or have been expecting. Pile number 4. It could be in regards to this person that you feel like you are always on arms of, with or towards. Let's see. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Why is this Ace of... I'm going to do one more. Why is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Spirit? Is this the one? Is this the one? Yep, I don't think so. Okay. Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And we have the Devil in reverse. So, pile number 4. I feel like there is something here that has, or someone here that has been trying to, like, not necessarily deceive you. Let me read the energy right. Because, okay, this could be different. No, give me a second. So you had previously been involved in a situation that has not brought the best character out of you. It has not highlighted you as the best character of yourself, who you know you are, which is the Queen of Wands, a really spiritually driven type of person, a really authoritative, like a queen doesn't get down in the dirt and start as I said, cussing people out. You know, they use their authority in a balanced way to just walk away or shun the person for some time. For some people, shunning the person from the presence. But it's like, this is affecting you in regards to your money. Pile number 4, it's because something's taking longer to manifest for you because of the energy that this situation has put you in. And I do see you walking away from it, but I don't think that you knew this is why the Knight of Pentacles would be in reverse. This is why a situation is being held, stalled, or taking much longer than it should. I think you are absolutely ready to take off, as I call them, the rose-colored glasses with the devil in reverse, and realize this situation, even, as you are slowly pulling yourself away, it's no good for you. The situation, the arguing, the disagreements, the pettiness, if you will, it could be, is not meant for you, is not good for you, and it's not meant for you to be involved in. So in January, I do see that this energy is going to take some time to balance itself back out, because we do have the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So the aces are usually talking about gifts being sent to us by spirit. This doesn't mean that spirit is taking money away from you. It just means that if there are financial situations, things that you were actually looking forward to coming in, that you were, looking forward to being manifested, it's not necessarily ready. It's not time yet. Because there is still energy that needs to be cleared, eradicated, and really looked at and processed for what it is. So I'm going to look at the major themes that are going on in regards to the rest of this energy. I'm so interested to know how this is playing out in your life. So let's see. You have Justice. Wow, a big, nice, and bold Justice card with the Libra energy and Venus as well. So your Venus could be in Libra, but it doesn't have to be. Justice. So right underneath the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, that's actually beautiful, signifying that, yes, things are going to balance itself out. And I feel like I've been talking about justice a lot in each pile. And just in general, it's like, yes, this energy is coming in for all of us. I think it's because the collective has recognized a lot within their lives, and it looks differently for everyone, of course. But this introduces balance back into our life. So if you have definitely been feeling like, I can't get on the phone with certain family members because I always have this defensive and smart ass way about saying things, or I feel as if I have to defend myself and my beliefs and my lifestyle against what they believe in their lifestyle. It's like those things they're being released off of you. Those things are being released off of you so that you can actually move into the flow of your abundance. I think you're going to be learning a lot about your money this month with the Page of Pentacles here. It's like you're going to be learning about how energy affects your money, how energy affects your manifestations. Even if you are not thinking about something as you are trying to manifest, the energy is still sitting with you. So it's kind of hard for things to come. It's like having a magnet with something already stuck to it. Another magnet can't connect to it because it's already busy. So you have to clear out what you have already been, magnetizing towards you, what you have already been manifesting towards you. Clear out what especially I feel like there's a lot here in the Devil in reverse. It's like you're clearing out a lot of what you thought about manifestation, what you thought about money even. I think you're looking at money and material, things differently this month. And it could be in regards to, again, other people in your life and how they have interacted with their finances, with their financial abundance and all those things. You are seeing those kind of interactions with other people. And you're deciding, no, that's not how I want to approach this. Maybe it's you, even yourself, putting a pause on something that you've been trying to create or monetize or something like that, just because you want to do it the effective way, the right way. You don't want any confusion or unclarity about what it is that you're going for and going after and what you're creating. So there's a lot being balanced for you. This month, justice is the overall theme, like the real big energy. Of course, we're going to look at another theme as well towards the end. But let's look and see what else the Oracle has to tell you, because I'm very curious. You have Starkeeper, cosmic ancestors, see the light by staying grounded. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you also have We the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Okay. Okay. So there's a lot of, first of all, Egyptian energy here. So you could be tapping into like a lot of past life energy, especially with your cosmic ancestors being around you and guiding you out of certain situations. I feel like you can feel when your ancestors are like, oh yeah, honey, it's time to go. It's time to go. So you are absolutely focused on staying grounded. Like, I feel like that's also why the Knight and the Ace is in reverse. It's like you kind of want to ground yourself for this journey that you are going on, for this manifestation process that is evolving in your life. You kind of want to prepare yourself for the abundance, the type of abundance that you know that you're really, interested in manifesting for yourself. So Spirit is just affirming this message to stay grounded. There is a portal opening up, birth as a portal. Someone could be giving birth, but that doesn't necessarily have to be you in the month of January. But the mother's milk, it's kind of almost like in this grounding phase, you are going to be nurturing yourself, mothering yourself in the ways that you may have wanted to be mothered growing up, feeding yourself very deep love and appreciation. Even so much so it's like, I love that this is you talking to yourself. I love that you're able to walk away from situations when they no longer serve you, when they are no longer highlighting you or the other person in the highest good. It's like, if the situation isn't healthy for either one of you, someone has to walk away, right? So it might as well be me. And guess what I get to focus on? This is all you, by the way. Guess what you get to focus on when you walk away from it? You get to focus on your abundance. You get to focus on your health. You get to focus on your body, feeding yourself the way that you need to be fed, nourishing yourself, purely nourishing yourself, your soul. And that is when the manifestation starts to come in differently. You start to see it. And believe in the tangibility of the things that are coming into your life. Again, the Devil in reverse just feels like there's just a lot of things that aren't clear as well. So you're going to be able to get clarity, especially with the Page of Swords being the bottom of the deck. It's like when the energy washes away, there is a new surface that you are able to study and observe about yourself and about your mind too, about your thoughts. What are thoughts that are original to you and what are not? What do I believe about, money and investing and saving? And what don't I believe? Different things I feel like are going to be shown to you in January. But you also have, or I'm also going to be looking now at the astrology energy that is around you. In January, you have the 6th house with craft. So you're focusing on work, the details, your health, your well-being, diet, which I don't really like that word, service, daily rituals, contribution, organization, purification, skills, apprenticeship, method. So again, what was I telling you? Like, you are able to focus on something differently when you let go of what is not serving you. You already know this. This is just confirmation. So you are working on something. You're absolutely working on something. I see it. It's in process. It is not fully manifested just yet. You're still learning about manifesting it, or you're learning about creating. You're learning something, gaining new skills with the Page of Pentacles here. You could be starting an apprenticeship. For some of you, you could be starting an apprenticeship with the Page. But you're just working on a lot of different methods and ways of being, it feels like very much so, entrepreneurial. Not everyone wants to be entrepreneurial. Some of you may be just wanting to make a plan to ask for a raise or make more money at your job or something like that. It can be different for everyone. But work is absolutely in your focus in January. And again, you're not wanting to argue. You're not wanting to disagree. You're just wanting to communicate your truth, and you're going to find a safe space to be able to do so. I feel like especially when you're walking away from the spaces that aren't. Yeah, and absolutely a purification process, especially again with the devil in reverse. It's like the devil in reverse feels to me like temperance, where you're kind of just like taking what you've already experienced, even if it's what you deem as negative, and turning it into a new light, transmuting it into something that is different, energy that can actually feed you. Because everything that has happened to you doesn't have to, how do I want to word this? Everything that has happened to you can be used for your benefit, if that makes sense. Pile number 4. I'm going to also look at the essential oil that you have for January with geranium. And the keyword is nurturing, which I'm not surprised by at all. Trigger statement: I am all in my head. True statement: I create with pleasure. Period. Yes. Take time to rest, and in that time, be open to creative pursuits. Surround yourself with things that please your senses and be gentle with yourself. Absolutely. You're, again, nurturing, being gentle with yourself, releasing the negativity, resting also. May not be something that other people are used to that are around you, but this is something that you are getting used to in January, using rest as your productivity, okay? Making sure you are creating from a restful place is going to be very important for you, especially, again, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, whether it is an intentional pause or, a pause from spirit. This is something that will actually be able to help you learn how to create in a more healthy, in a more restful, and a more balanced state. It is now time for you to please your senses and to just be gentle with yourself. So bubble baths, taking a bubble bath, using bath salts, maybe like using essential oils like rosemary or things like that to adorn yourself and your body. Treating your temple. I think you're going to get a lot out of your head and not necessarily allow your emotions to move you, to make decisions for you. You're gonna get in tune with what your emotions are actually trying to tell you, rather than like taking action on them, if that makes sense. So maybe observing more about your emotional state through your journals or your writings, and how you have made decisions emotionally based off of that in the past, it feels like, and how that has changed for you and is continuously changing for you in January. So that was a specific message for someone. I'm also going to look at the chakra that you will be working with in January. You have the 5th chakra, or the throat chakra. Willpower and determination. I set clear boundaries for my own behavior, and I cultivate a strong will by being true to myself. I use my willpower to accomplish my daily tasks and spiritual goals, and to encourage uplifting thoughts and behaviors in myself. Doing this will assist me on the next stage of my physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual growth. I stay in touch with my positive thoughts and truth by avoiding substance abuse. My will is strong and my mind is clear. And whenever substance abuse comes up in a card, especially I think just this one, I always talk about how anything can be abused, how you can overdo anything. So just being careful about when you see yourself gravitating towards substances or habits that are not in your best interest, using your willpower to redirect your thoughts and your actions to embody, the boundaries that you do have. You do have them, pile number 4. And I think you're also coming into recognition with those as well. like not new boundaries, but like reinforcing the boundaries that you've had all this time with justice. It's like people have just either crossed them or there's miscommunication and they're like, I'm gonna cross it anyway. And it's like, just be very clear. Be very clear for yourself, and that clarity will translate to others. But right now, your only purpose, your only job is to stay in touch with your positive thoughts and truth, and to continue to encourage uplifting thoughts. Like when you have like a really positive realization about yourself, be like, wow, that was really deep and insightful. And, you know, it's these kind of thoughts that I want to carry with me all the time that are important to me to learn more about myself. And I feel like that's something that you're actually going to be very interested in January. But I also wanted to look at the blessings that you have coming your way. And you have the angel number 23. You have a zest for life, and you are eager to experience anything and everything possible. You love change and excitement and need both to feel truly alive. For you, life is an adventure to be lived to the fullest. You are adventurous. So, especially with so much page energy here, and you not necessarily having to focus on your finances, because this is something that is still just evolving in your life, you get to be adventurous in a different way. I think you are going to be able to experiment with free courses, it feels like, on how to manifest and manifesting gurus and things like that. Even though manifestation, it doesn't take a lot, which is why I would always suggest to find free courses first to see what information is out there, so that you're not investing into something that you could have easily figured out between you and spirit, if I can be honest. Pile number 4. So being very adventurous and just seeking as much free and useful and spiritual information as possible will actually be able to keep you feeling that enlivened energy. And I'm going to also look at the final large theme, big theme going on, major theme going on in your life in January. And then I'm going to pull some other cards for you on camera. But you also have the Fool. Ooh, I like this. Change. Everything has a beginning and an end. After the end, there is a new beginning. Look at things differently to grow. And we have transformation and cycles happening for you. I really like that. Pile number 4. This is a new beginning. A balanced beginning. And everything has a beginning and an end. Every time you face an ending, guess what? There's a beginning. It's just right there. There's no few extra steps that you have to go to get there. It's just right there. So especially in regards to relationships that are no longer serving you, or communication processes that are no longer serving you, or emotional thinking that is no longer serving you, whatever it is as your case is, pile number 4. When it ends, there's a new beginning. You always have a new dawn to look forward to as the sun is setting. Okay, so moving into situations with that mindset allows, again, manifestations to come in even more clearly, even more precisely, and you're able to enjoy the process even more as well. I'm going to pull one out since the shuffling is not doing its thing. Okay. You have green calcite. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to also pull a random reflection card that may resonate with you, or it may just ease you out of this message and give you something fun to think about. But I'm going to do one reflection card for you, pile number 4. Give me spirit, please. Thank you. I think it was just this one. I'm pretty sure. Yep. Okay. Either way, that is your reflection card. So your crystal oracle message for January is green calcite with, of course, Fertility, abundance, and growth. Wow, you got fertility twice, I'm pretty sure. Even though, where is it now, right? Where is it now, pile number 4? Anywho, nature is calling. Green calcite attracts abundance, surrounding you in a forest of clarity, positivity, and heightened awareness, akin to the great outdoors. Green calcite transmutes stagnant old beliefs into the courage to explore outside your comfort zone. As with nature, there is beauty in the imperfect, and growth occurs only when we allow ourselves the room to expand. Green calcite opens the heart and third eye chakras, helping you to let go of past resentments and planting seeds for your growth and expansion. That could not have been any more poetic. There is so much abundance around you in January, and you are allowing it to come in. I feel like you're just allowing yourself to expand and to welcome in the abundance. But with the expansion, you also have to clear out. I do want to mention that. And I thought it would talk about it, but it's talking about transmuting stagnant energy, which is what we were talking about with the devil in reverse. So that is good. A good reminder to say, yes, it's transmuting, and it's the letting go that is the most important part, so that your hands are free when your abundance and your, all of the good things that are trying to come into your life, when they do. Your hands are free and open, and you are ready to receive. So your random reflection questions are, will science or art be more essential in 50 years? Wow, what a beautiful question. Do you believe that science or art will be more essential in 50 years? And if you have or were to have children, what is one gift or lesson you would like to share with them? If you have or were to have children, what is one gift or lesson you would like to share with them? Wow. Pile number 4, this was so beautiful. I really hope that it brings you clarity. I hope that your January is filled with as much peace as I see represented here, because there will be peace. There will be peace in your month in January. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed this reading as well. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you in another reading. Peace.